think somebody just came.
There's Phoenix right there. All right, we're going live.
All right.
Hi.
Hey.
What's up, Fox?
Nothing much.
All right, everybody. We're going live. We got a minute to go, and we're waiting on the rest of our guests to get on. But I just want to say Happy Father's Day to all our fathers that are doing their thing. Like I said earlier, being a black father in America is one of the hardest jobs in the country. So, and we just got joined by my son Kane.
What's up, Kane?
Hey.
And that's my daughter.
Did you wave like that? Did you just do the wave? Yeah. Hey, Kane, what kind of wave is that, man?
So we just want to say Happy Father's Day and have everybody, glad that you joined our digital neighborhood. Welcome to our digital neighborhood, and today is going to be a family affair. You know what I mean? Father's Day.
Right.
Special
Absolutely.
Father's Day show.
That's right. Welcome to the Real Brothers of the Real World.
Hey, what's up, Pat?
Father's Day edition. All right, we got a couple of topics, y'all. Well, first of all, welcome to the digital our digital neighborhood. You two, I'm glad y'all were able to join on. Of course, I've known y'all for a long, very, very long time.
Hey, Stephanie,
Boop. What's up, baby?
Hi.
How you doing?
Kane. Thank you, Boop. Kane and Foxy, meet my daughter Stephanie.
Hello. How are you?
That's my oldest. Actually, Stephanie's one of the oldest under Terrell. So I'm glad y'all were able to join us for Father's Day. The reason why we wanted y'all on, just to say Happy Father's Day to the fathers. But then we do have some questions that we wanted to ask of y'all. I guess as it relates to coming up with us. All right. So first of all, can y'all go around, give a little introduction, just give it a little introduction of your name and,
what you do and
yes.
Yeah, everything. We introduce us to who you are.
Yourself.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead, Boop. We're going to go by age. Go ahead, Boop.
Oh, gosh. So I'm Stephanie, formerly Stephanie Dowling, now Stephanie Sandlin. Front desk supervisor at the Windsor Suites Hotel. Been there for over 2 years now. Yeah.
Okay. Kane?
I'm Kane Little. I'm 24 years old. I'm the fourth out of 5. I'm a PE teacher and a football coach.
Nice.
I'm in Fayetteville right now.
Okay.
All right, we got my other son popped on. That's the coolest Nico. Mr. Laid Back.
I got the kids.
I got my grandson. What's up, Noli?
Hi.
How you doing, man?
What's up, Noli?
Hi.
Phoenix, you want to introduce? Oh, you got the whole team with him.
Den. Hey, Steph. Hey.
Hi, Grandma.
Hey, Ken.
Good guy. Hey, Mike, man, you wasn't supposed
Hey.
to.
No, I'm not saying all that. Hey to my grandkids, man. I ain't seen them in a minute. Hey, Nico,
nice.
Give us a quick little something about we going over having everybody introduce themselves and tell them, who you are, what you do. Just get everybody to get to know you.
What's up? I'm Nico. I'm the second oldest.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, that's cool.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. All right.
I drive.
Okay.
Driver.
Oh, okay. And he a professional driver. All right. I got my other son on here. Hold on. I got him on
that's
here.
Cool. That's cool. All right. While he's doing that, Phoenix, we didn't forget you. Go ahead. Phoenix, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I am Phoenix Little. I am the 5th out of 5. I don't do anything right now because I'm taking a gap year before medical school, and I am a graduate from East Carolina University.
Nice.
That's my All right.
Okay.
So I don't know what my old head is doing down here.
Who's that? Real, what's up, man?
Let me
Let's
unmute his John because it was a
he
little
fell
loud.
off.
All
Who
right.
fell off?
Yeah, hold
Okay.
on.
All right.
Big
What's up,
Rel?
Terrell?
What's up, old head?
Yo,
How you doing, man?
What's up?
Where you
Not
at,
much,
man?
I
man.
can't call it, man.
Happy Father's Day to you.
I'm at the Met. Thank you.
Huh?
Yeah, what's happening? I'm down here at the Met. I told you that.
In Philly?
Thank you. Oh, yeah, I ain't nobody.
Yeah.
We can't hear him.
Wife, boys.
Y'all
Speak
can't
up, man.
Oh,
Put the phone. I can't hear you. Yeah. Speak up.
Hey, we talking. Shut up. Sit back.
All right. Okay. The Phoenix
All right.
off. The Phoenix. Where did Phoenix go? She fell off. All right. We have a question. We have a question. We have a question for y'all. All right. All right. Of course, we wanted to get you all on for Father's Day, and we're gonna be talking about a couple other things as it relates to father. I'm gonna throw a question out here, and I want we move it around, and if you feel like you want to respond to it, respond to it. What makes a good father? What makes a good father?
Who want to answer that first?
Uh,
I would definitely
I'll
have to
go
say his
first.
presence
I guess I was the first
before
one.
anything.
Wait a minute. Go ahead, Stephanie. Go ahead, Stephanie. What you say? Presence?
His presence. He has to be there.
Yeah.
Physically, emotionally, not just like a financial situation. He has to actually be involved.
Okay. Terrell, what did you say? How did you respond to that?
I was gonna say somebody who love you unconditionally and got your best interest at heart. You feel me? Like he wants the best for you. You know what I mean? And he'll go out his way to try to make that happen for you any means.
Yeah.
Phoenix, what makes a good father? Wait a minute, your phone is blanking
Your
out.
phone is breaking up.
Oh no.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
That's a little better. Yes.
I said someone who gives support but also guidance. So it's not always going to be what you want to hear, but what you need to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. And
What about you, Kane?
Kane?
It'll be somebody who ain't just there, but you show interest in what you're doing. Like he actually act like he want to know more about what you're doing and care and show support.
Yeah.
You said and give you support.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Nico.
okay. Nico, we didn't get Nico. Okay.
Somebody that's making sure you good.
Yeah.
Now, oddly enough, none of y'all said anything about money. Actually, Stephanie, you kind of alluded to it. You said
it's not that important.
It's not that important. Y'all all agree with that? I mean,
the older I get, I realize money don't really mean shit. Wow. It do, but it don't. You feel me? Like it's not about money. Like it's because hell, shit. I ain't got shit, but my kids I'm raising, they see like regardless, like I'm there for them. You know what I mean? Right. If I got it, you got it. But if I don't got it, then we gonna figure out how we gonna make it without it.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
It ain't about money. Don't mean like money helps, but that's not what makes.
You say Nico? Yeah, I'll be poor.
I'm not saying. Prime example. And I know it was just the movie. It wasn't everything, but Pursuit of Happiness. You know what I'm saying? They was fucked up, homeless. But I know his son would have never questioned his love for him.
Right, true. Absolutely.
He was busting it. He was trying to make it happen, of course. But without shit, that don't mean he didn't love and care for him just as much as he did when he did get money.
I guess so y'all think that that's the misconception that a lot of men have, that we think that money and and maybe some of the mothers also, they think that money is really what's important, but based on what y'all are saying, it's not. I mean, that's not the highest priority. Is that a better way of saying it?
Right. It's not top priority. It's a factor. It plays a part, but it's not the end all be all. Top part.
All right. Now we have a different type of question for y'all. Now, because if I'm
you introduce that fly on the show.
It's my other kid. about the kid I to tell y'all about, boo.
So hard headed.
All right. Now I have a question for y'all because, and this is going in a different direction. Like for instance, I know that Stephanie didn't live with me the entire time, and I don't think Nico or Rail did. What advice would you give those fathers who aren't living with their kids all the time? You know what I mean? You know, what advice would you give them?
Pretty much the same thing I said before. Just try to be as present as possible. So granted, we never lived together, but I was with you almost every weekend. And as I grew older, we were together almost every week. So you were still very much a part of my life.
Okay.
I never felt like
bring
I
that
was
music
missing
down a
you
little,
because we
Stacey.
didn't live together.
Okay. You never felt like
I was missing anything.
Okay. So again, going back to what you said initially, is more about Okay. Anybody else want to chime in on that? Especially if you didn't live with, Terry full time. What advice did you give other men in that same situation?
What about you, Nico?
I feel like as long as you're trying.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little harder because you gotta make extra. You gotta You gotta make extra. You gotta do extra. You know what I mean? Because
Make extra effort.
you don't necessarily you don't see them all the time, so you don't know how to react to everything with them. Like as far as what they like and stuff like that. What makes them mad and stuff like that. It's a little more. You gotta cater a little more to them.
Yeah. Now, okay, Nike, did you want to add something?
More patience, yeah, more patience.
Okay.
What about you, bro?
As far as not, living with you full time.
Yeah.
Not living with him full time.
Yeah, not living with him full time. I never really felt like you care any less. You know what I mean? Like versus Kane and possibly living with you the whole time versus me, Nico, and Momar. Me personally, I'm the oldest, so I witnessed more than they had. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. But y'all always had the option. I never told y'all couldn't come. I always begged y'all to come and stay with me. You know what I mean?
Which is true. But like even still, it's like I never felt like that mattered much as far as how you felt about us, and I seen all the hustle and the I mean, the shit you was trying to do to make it normal. You know what I mean? Like, look, I'm still here. You would come get us every other weekend through the child custody battles with my mom and all that cool shit and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know that you did all that you could do.
I did. I
do know that. You know what I'm saying? Now versus somebody like Momar who wasn't completely always aware of it. You know what I'm saying? Because he was so much younger. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he's the one that stayed with me the longest. So
and that's the crazy thing. Out of us three, he actually lived with you more than any of them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
As far as
all right, now,
one more, you know what I'm saying?
And just for everybody who's not aware, when we're talking about Marcellus, that's my middle son. And unfortunately, he's not with us anymore. And, we all miss him dearly. And later on in the show, I had something that I wanted to dedicate to him. But yeah, Stace, go ahead and ask I think you had a couple other questions that you wanted to ask.
Yeah, because really it sounds like, based on the way that you all are responding, I mean, it sounds like, time is what's important, of having a presence. The financial thing, like Nico said, it's there, but that's not the priority. None of y'all said that you have to have money or anything like that.
Hold on, Stace, real quick. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead,
I
bro.
won't make it seem like it's all perfect and it was always, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
When you do have moments where you question, like, you know what I mean? Well, damn, like you had your moments where you feel like, well, although deep down it really ain't nothing could have been done differently. You know what I'm saying? Or you just like you had your moments where you feel like, all right, well, I mean, he ain't here. Like it is what it is.
Right.
Like
Right.
Speaking
you,
of
like I said,
That's one of the
doing
questions.
things differently,
That's one of the questions.
I did see the effort though, so you know what I mean. And
we want to go
the
to each
older I
one
got,
of
the more
y'all,
mature I got, I
and
realized like
we got another question that was it. Go ahead, Stace. Go ahead.
The question that Terry's alluding to that we want to ask that okay, I guess I need to ask you specifically, Stephanie. And the hope is that again, I mean, just in general, we hope that somebody will watch this, especially if they're not and haven't been, living with their kid full time. We're hoping that I feel like I'm getting attacked out this joint. All right,
Revenge
Steph,
of the Flies.
what could I have done differently?
Oh, say that again.
What could I have done differently?
As
And then
far as
Terry,
what?
that's what I'm asking Stephanie. What could I have done differently? To just have been a better father. What could you do differently?
I think going back to the same, just time. I noticed because I've lived with my mom my entire life, our relationship has always been a little different than yours and mine. Not to say that ours wasn't great, but it definitely could have also been different if we had lived together.
So more time, basically.
Again, more time, right?
You gonna get on? Okay. All right. Which one? Who wants to jump in? Nico. Oh, no. You know what, Phoenix? You've been pretty quiet. Go ahead, Nike. You choose. You choose. Who? What do you want to go?
Okay, go ahead, Foxy.
Oh God! So you said the question was,
what could I have done differently? Or is there anything I could have done differently?
I don't want to hurt your...
Dr. Little.
No.
Stop saying that word. That's what it is.
Don't say you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, Fox. Don't do that. Don't hold back. Be honest.
Yeah, that's right.
Be honest.
Speak your piece.
Ain't nothing gonna change. That love ain't never gonna change from nobody in this on here.
Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna say it, but I would just say listening more. Because the thing
what do you mean, Foxy?
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like you like to have a lot of conversations, and we talk like a lot about like our thoughts and opinions and feelings, things like that. But like, I feel like it's not that hard to get through, but once you get set on something, it's hard to talk about anything else.
Okay.
I have no idea what you mean by that, but why don't you elaborate? Because I'm sure nobody else.
That's what you're talking about. We just got joined by my two other sons also. Stacy Jr. and Savion. What's up, y'all?
What's up, fellas?
How y'all doing? Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So,
hey, Nico and Kane and Phoenix, those are my two sons right there. Stacy Jr. and Savion.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
What's good,
the question, we're moving around now. So, Knight, go ahead to your next one. Then we're going to come to Stacy and Savion with the question. So, Terry, you want to ask your
all
other
right, I'll go to Kane because Kane been kind of quiet. Come on, young buck. What could Dad have done differently? And be honest.
I mean, it ain't really too much I think you could have done differently. I mean, it was times where I feel like she was stubborn. Like you get on one track and then it's hard to reason, it's hard to get you on another path or have you see another like point of view. Yeah. I mean, but that's not really like Mom says I do the same thing. So it's not like it's
I get that. I mean, that that's part of who I am, you know what I mean? I'm single focused, you know what I mean? But
all right. Who else, Nike? You want to go to Nico? Did Nico respond yet?
All right. Yeah. Wait. Let me unmute his mic.
Oh, wait. Oh, he had the kids.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you got it.
Oh,
go ahead, Nico.
My phone already died too.
For me, with our situation, I don't think it's too much you could have changed that much. Besides moving so far, because I felt like, all right, so I feel like that kind of messed up my relationship with my youngest with Kane and Foxy. You know what I mean? Even though you know what I mean, we don't have that like super close. We got a close relationship. We brother and sister, but we don't have like that like. Yeah, we got like a distance relationship, not like a tight brother and sister relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, and we got to work on that. That's why we got to work. We really do got to work on that. That's why I be trying to have y'all come down so much, and that's why I be trying to come to Philly more. You know what I mean? Because we do got to work on that as a unit, as a family unit. Right. So yeah, but as far as me coming down here, when I originally came down here, you know, when I got that job, I thought that y'all was gonna come down here with me. You know what I mean? And you know, Marmar came down, and I thought that y'all was gonna come down too. But you know, that was I wasn't thinking that y'all was gonna be like, you know, I forgot to put in the fact that to think about how y'all was gonna feel about being with your mom, you know, and being away from your mother and all that kind of stuff. So
for us, it was like you in your mind, which was cool. You had the idea, cool. I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna bring my boys with me eventually. But like thinking about it, like that was kind of like in your mind. It was a good thought, but it wasn't a plain thought, because it was like to uproot us from the only life we know. You know what I'm saying? We never knew another life outside of living with our mom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was like that.
But I was only doing that trying to make life better for you. You know what I mean? In my mind, you know what I'm saying?
I understand that now. As a grown man, I understand that, because the first chance I get to leave Philly, I'm going.
Wow. You would do the same thing.
Me and my wife are looking at houses now. It's everywhere but Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
North Carolina, Delaware, Jersey, wherever. We trying to be
same thing. Yeah.
So once we can, we going.
So,
but
Stace,
before y'all keep going, I do want to apologize. I can't stick around. Like I said, I'm at the Met right now. My wife brought me out here, bought tickets to this show. She had me inside. She probably gonna cuss me out for being gone so long.
All right, enjoy it, bro, and thanks for chiming in, man. Happy Father's Day again to you, man.
I couldn't stick around, man. I definitely had plans on being here all night. It was a surprise to me. I didn't know she had went on her way to do this already.
Thank you for joining, old head. We'll check you out. We'll check you out later. I'll holler at you later.
Check it out later, man. We're gonna talk later.
All right, love you.
All right. So, Stace and Savion, the question that we asked is first two questions. What makes a good father? That's the first question, and then we'll ask the second one. That's the first question to you, and we'll start with you, Savion. What makes a good father, Save?
What makes a good father? A father who treats you right, and depending on your age, and it exposes you to the stuff that you're supposed to be exposed to.
Nice. Expose you to stuff that you're supposed to be exposed to, depending on your age. Okay. Stace, what makes it?
I think a good father is just someone who's there for their child, and whatever that takes. You know, and always thinking about the kid first. You know, whatever it is, it doesn't matter if you know what the household is, but as long as the father is there for the child, I think that's all that matters. Whether it's same household, distance, you know, the kid just needs to know that you're there. I think that's it.
Nice. The last question, Stace, that you didn't hear, because you know we went with the fact that, and you were in the same situation like Stephanie and like actually Nico, I guess. We didn't live together the entire time. What could I have done differently?
What could you have done differently?
Yes.
Good question. I think spending more time together, and doing things father to son by ourselves, just doing more, you know, spending more time. It's all based around time. So I think, just spending more time and you know, without getting into it, you know, it that's not on you either. Because if you were asking me, you know, what I thought you could do differently, I heard you say that to somebody. I probably wouldn't have been able to really give you an answer to that, because I take responsibility for us not really spending as much time together as we could have. And not that we didn't, but just as much as we could have. So my answer would be probably spending more time together.
Right. Okay. All right. So well, is there anything else that any of y'all want to chime in on this Father's Day, like some advice that you can give other fathers, especially raising black kids and black boys, and even if it's fathers that aren't living with their kids? Anything else that any of you want to add?
I add something.
Yes.
If I may, uh, to all the fathers listening, like you said, don't wait, just don't wait. Don't wait for anything. You know what I
What do you
mean?
mean?
Like,
Don't wait, Stace.
meaning because we all have a conscience, and we all fall victim of not reaching out, to family and things like that when we should, or when we think about each other. So just don't wait. And to specifically to the fathers that may not have their son here with them, my condolences to you, whoever that may be, and keep moving and keep sharing that story. The story of what was, what I mean, what was while I was there. Like I can't put myself in that situation. I can't speak to that experience, but just stay strong, keep your head up. You know what I mean? Keep moving forward, because life goes on. My father and I had this conversation earlier today. As a matter of fact, and we spoke a little bit about it. That was the premise of our conversation, was really just talking about moving forward in those situations. That's an unfortunate situation, but if that's what it is, then like we always say, it is what it is.
Right.
Life goes on, so you have to keep your head up. But you know what I mean, just don't forget and stay strong. Stay strong.
Okay.
We got one life.
Anyone and Stace, and actually what Stace is referring to, we're going to touch on that. One of the subjects we're going to touch on when you all aren't here is the father's fear. That's what Stace is alluding to, because we had a conversation about that before. Is there anything else any one of you other ones kids want to add in?
I kind of want to add something.
What's that, Phoenix?
So I would say that even though it might be hard, and I'm young, so it's probably going to sound a little bit silly, but I would say always try and communicate with your kids, because like we said about like what dad could do different was how, because it's like, okay, you're stubborn, but we're the same way. We're like carbon copies of you. Mm-hmm. And it can be hard because kids don't have a lot of experience, but I think that's why it's important to communicate with them, because a lot of arguments and bad things come from misunderstandings. So I think it's important to build that kind of open communication with your kids. And I think that is a good foundation for support, because the thing is, like, if you don't feel like you can talk to your father, or you don't feel like you can even bring up the things that are wrong, that kind of already sets you down a bad path.
Okay. Anyone else?
I would
want to add anything before y'all hop off?
Off of what Phoenix just said, and just on top of communicating, actually get to know your kids. You don't want to have a relationship with them, be in their lives, and you not know who they are, and vice versa. So
beneath the surface, you're saying,
important when it comes to building that bond with your children.
Right.
I'm gonna say being a father, I'm gonna say it ain't easy. You know what I mean? Nobody don't have the exact answers for being a father. You know what I mean? You kind of just going along with it as you go. So you trying to figure it out. So
right, there's no handbook.
You don't know. Nobody don't have all the right answers. I don't want to say, yeah, I think my dad did a good job. You know what I mean?
Nico, you the best father that I know, man. You are a way better father than I am. The way you spend time with your kids, and you I mean, every day you sending me a new video, or you sending new videos out with the kids and all that, man. Like, I'm really proud of the dude. I'm proud of the man that you turned out to be, man. Seriously.
Nice.
Thank you. Oh yeah,
you too, Kane. All my boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I might not have been the best father, but I think I did a damn good job. You know what I mean?
It's funny, Nike, and I'm glad you said that. And I know y'all about to hop off. But that's one of the things that I've always told the kids. If nothing else, be good people. My job is to raise good people. Just be good people. And I tell them that all the time. I'm happy to see that they're happy, and that's what fatherhood is. That's what fatherhood is. We just want, regardless of the way it might seem like things are crazy. And I don't mean fathers that are just absent. I'm talking about fathers that are there. We just want the best for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
And
think
Terrell said
it's
that.
every father's job. And this is just my personal opinion. I mean, I ain't no relationship guru and none of that bullshit, but I just think that a father's job is to make their children's lives better
Better
than
than
what
theirs.
their life
Absolutely.
was.
Agreed.
Like even if it's only by a little bit. I mean,
That's right.
if our community had that same, like, okay, my kids is gonna have it better than I had it, and then their kid with their kids, then he says, okay, well, my kids are gonna have it better than they had. By the time we look around in a couple generations or a couple, by the time you're a great grandfather, your kids will be doing pretty good, man.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. So that's just my philosophy, like, you know what I mean? And I try to teach that to my kids, actually, you know what I mean? Like, just,
All right. So we want to thank y'all. Well, first of all, I got a question. Hey, Nick, man, what you sitting on the roof, Nico?
No,
sitting
I'm
on the
sitting
roof,
the
man?
steps at my mom's crib.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah.
You sitting on the roof somewhere, man. All right. So we want to thank y'all.
My man, Hollywood.
Yeah, I know him.
That's my twin.
We want to thank y'all for joining
all
in,
he
y'all.
need is like some hair. All this.
We appreciate y'all for joining. We got another subject that we're going to touch on, but we want to thank y'all for joining in, and thanks for the Father's Day wishes and everything else. So we appreciate y'all. All right.
Did you do a Father's Fear?
Real quick, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead, Stace.
I may just shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? Like, I never met Nico. I never met you, Kane, but we all in the room together right now. So shout out to y'all for putting this together.
Nice.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Hey, Black, you ain't never say nothing about the a father's fear.
Well, they can go ahead and hop off, and then we can talk about that.
Well, I actually want them to hear that.
Oh, y'all do?
I really actually want them to hear that. And so,
and I'm gonna kill the music.
So I don't know if y'all are aware, but before Marcellus died, right? And I had he was getting in a lot of trouble, and he was having his a bunch of ups and downs, and I was always trying to reel him in. I was always trying to get him to come back down here, or I was always trying to like just talk to him to try to get him out of some of the stuff that he was doing, because I knew he was better than a lot of that stuff. You know what I mean? So I had sent him. Actually, I sent him a Bible, and I had wrote this letter and stuck it in it. And what had touched me is like he never responded to me about it. But then his mom told me that he kept that letter. You know what I mean? He kept it, and she found it in his room. And I just want to read that on the air, and maybe it'll help somebody. Maybe it'll help somebody else, or maybe it'll touch somebody. Or I just want to put it out in the universe as a dedication to my son. And it goes like this. It says, "Hello, Marcellus. I'm writing you this letter because you have been on my mind. As a matter of fact, you're always on my mind, whether you know it or not. There are a couple of things that I have been wanting to say to you for a long time, but I just never quite knew how to begin the conversation. First, I want to apologize to you and your brothers for not being the best father that I could, but I hope one day that you realize that I did the best that I could under the circumstances. I regret that I couldn't be around more. I regret missing a lot of the things in your life that I missed out on. For all of this, I'm sorry. I can say, and I can hope that you understand this, is that I love all my kids much more than they would ever know. Even though I haven't been physically around, I've always tried to find out what's going on with you and make sure that you are okay. It hurts me that I'm not able to spend time with you, and I know it hurts you even more. But I think you are doing a good job despite not having me around to guide you and help you along the way. This just shows how strong of a person you are. Trust me, I know all about how you feel. Have you ever met my father? Which, to answer that, is no, because my father wasn't around. Anyway, this is how I see my kids. Terrell is the eldest and is the most lighthearted and easygoing, and he will be the person that his brother leans on for advice. Dominique is the most level-headed and business-minded, and he will probably be successful in business. Marcellus is the most courageous and bravest, and one day will be a great leader. All of the knowledge and instruction you need to help you with this is in this gift that I am giving you, which was the Bible that I sent to him with the letter. Cain is the smartest and most determined and will be the person that is like Terrell and can be leaned on for advice. Phoenix is the kindest and most compassionate, and she will always be the one that holds the family of brothers together. Marcellus, I'm not just writing this to you because God told me to send you this, because he has plans for your life that had already been determined. That's why you have been so conflicted. You have been trying to avoid the plan that God has made for you, and you have been fighting what you know is already inside you. You are a great leader and a good man. Now it is time for you to start your journey and stop being scared of your destiny. You have it in you. God showed me your future, and it is bright. I'm already so proud of the man that you will become. I will love you always, Dad.
Wow.
And unfortunately, I guess what I had saw for him, God had another plan for him. But he did touch a lot of people, and I miss him.
And Knight, what made you send that?
He was a
when you
leader
talk
too.
about a father's fear, what made you send that? We're talking about a father's fear. What?
Because I knew Marcellus was me, plain and simple. Like everything, he acted like me, he moved like me, he was me. So I knew what he was going through, and I knew what he was doing, and I knew the lifestyle that he was leading. I had done it all already, and I didn't want that for him.
Right.
So I wanted him. I know that he was a leader, but he wasn't leading in the way that I thought that he was capable.
Mm-hmm.
And
and I think the reason why I asked that, and Stace, my son, and Stephanie can attest to this also. Stace been with me. How long you been with me, Stace? About 2 years.
Years now.
Say it again.
A little over 2 years now.
2 years, right? And Terry, we talked about it before too. It's like fathers, like Terry said, we see things, and and we do everything we can to reach out. Before Stace came with me, I was in the same boat. And me and Stace talked about it. I still, and Stephanie knows this, I still have text messages from 2016 when I was sending Stace messages. I tried to get slick and created a group text with Stephanie, me and Stace, feeling like, okay, if I can't reach them, maybe Stephanie could. And what happens is a father, I got a Facebook thing this morning when a friend of mine lost his son this morning, but with a father though, and Stephanie, we talked about it, a father has to basically, when it's like that, he has to prepare himself for the worst. You know what I mean? Because if something were to go wrong, the father has to move forward.
Right.
And
that's
so
the hardest thing to do, like from experience. Like I for everybody that can hear my voice, make sure you take care of your kids, man.
Right.
Take care, because when
there's nothing right.
it's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than for a parent to outlive their kid, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the that is the that's the ultimate like pain right there. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna say this, and I mentioned it this morning, and it's torture because every day, like you said in the letter, Nike, you think about it every waking day.
Every day.
And you're afraid every day. I told you, Stace, remember I mentioned that to you. I had to prepare myself for that phone to ring 4:00 in the morning. Right. And it not be good news. You just have to, especially raising black boys, and like I said, we know. I remember going up to the playground up there in Willow Grove where Stace lived, just with Savion looking for him, asking the other little boys around there, yo, do you know him? So man, it's torture. You remember that, Stephanie? And the question I always, whenever we talk, me and Stephanie, when was the last time you talked to your brother?
Reach out to your brother, yeah.
And we live with that fear. You know what I mean? And Nico, you have kids now, right?
Yeah, I got 3.
3. It's real. It's real. So I mean, I don't know. Well, I guess I don't know what the answer is, but like Terry said, man,
just always be there for them, man. Just it's gonna be times when they get older where they gonna act like they hate your guts. You know what I mean? Just because they want to do their thing. You know how teenagers get when they want to, go out and do their thing. Don't give up on them, man. Don't give up on them. You know what I mean? Just let them know that, like, you there for them. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you can do. But try to just try to keep them busy, keep them out the street.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Anything else y'all want to add, man? No. Okay.
Hey, is Robert done?
No, I don't think he's gonna get on. I don't think he's gonna be able to get on. Yeah. Say it again.
What'd you say, Neek?
Hello, Nick. I add something then. Yeah. So even though we didn't live with you, it was always like motivation. Every time I come to your house, I see you got the nice big house, and you was living good, and you was doing good. That kind of motivated me.
I'm glad.
Nice.
And the only reason I got a big house
for everybody. It's for the kids. Yeah.
Right. No, I remember you asking us when we was younger if we was going to move down there with you and all that. We be like, yeah, we gonna come and all that. And then, we was just saying yeah and all that, but we were so used to being here and all our friends was here and all that stuff like that. So it wasn't because we didn't want to come live with you. It just everything else.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. No.
Yeah. And I think that personally, I think that the father's fear is different. I think now I'm not a mother, because the father has to be ready to move
go
forward.
To war.
I mean, to go to war, but also to move forward. Like I said, the father has the responsibility to keep rolling. If so, you basically have to tuck that. If you get that call, you have to be in a position where you can tuck that to the side and keep the unit moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you're responsible for not just the child. You're responsible for the child, the well-being, the mom. like I said, being a black father, that's the toughest job in the world, for real. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing tougher than being a dad, because you have to have this hard shell on the outside, and because you can't let your children see you. You can't let them see you rattle. You know what I mean? You have to keep up this, like, I got it, I'm in control. You know what I mean? So because you don't want to make them upset, or you don't want them, make them scared or nervous. So you have to make everything is always, I got it. Everything is going to be okay. You know what I mean? You got to take care. So it's the best blessing to be a father, but it also comes with a lot of responsibility. And I think that's why a lot of people are not up to the challenge. You know what I mean? They have kids and they're not quite ready to be responsible. You get what I mean?
Well, I hope that what the kids said will ring true with some people, that, as they all said, what's most important is time. So if you have a kid, and even if you're not where you want to be financially, as you heard all of our kids just say, even the ones that didn't live with us full time, they said the most important thing is to spend that time. And like I do with both of them still, all of them, I still text them every once in a while, just checking up on them. So if you have a kid out there, and you don't currently have a relationship with them, just still do it, because it's not too late. It's never too late.
It's never too late to build a relationship with your kids, man.
Absolutely.
Let me say off of that, bro, about being never too late. Y'all give us the messages young. You know what I mean? Like, you do have to have that line of communication with your kids, because I can say from personal experience, like being a young boy, being a kid that was a little lost, and having to reach back out, because I wasn't with personally, I wasn't with my dad for a period of time, and I was with my mom, and before reaching back out to my dad, I had a realization with myself, basically, like that what I was doing wasn't helping me at all. So but that came from how I was raised. Seriously, that came from how I was raised. So it is important, just to speak on what y'all saying, to have messages to your kids, because what you said is never too late. We all fumble, we all stumble, but
absolutely,
as long as you have
right, the dad is supposed to be there to pick you up, and that's just what your dad did, man.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Shout out there. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
It's not easy, so shout out to y'all, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all, if y'all ready to hop off, we like I said, we anything else, Nike, for the kids, or
no. Hey Kane, do you want to stay on for a little bit, because we about to have we got one more topic to discuss, which is about and the rest of y'all can stay on if you want. It's up, but the last topic is going to be
men in the classroom.
Men in the classroom. So that's one thing that we, that's another thing that we said that we probably would cover, because of the, the men in the relationships with young men.
Right. Right. All right. So moving on. I mean, like Terry said, if y'all want to hop off, that's fine. If you want to stay on, that's good too.
Stick around.
Okay. I'm about to hop off because my mom cooked for me. I'm supposed to be at 6 o'clock.
All right, Nico.
All right.
Father's Day to y'all.
Hey, Nick, be safe, man. Good to see you, man.
Love you, Nico. Tell kids Pop said love them.
I got you.
All right, Nick. What this came about, we were talking about the need of those role models. And actually, we had another person that was supposed to have been on. He couldn't get on. I think he was having internet problems. Talking about the importance of men in the classroom, and I think for me, I was more or less thinking about it in terms of just having that male figure around. Because if in the case that the father's not there, at least having the black male in front of the class, serving in that role, as a positive role model. You know what I mean? Now, I understand, Kane, that you're a teacher, or How was that? How was that being, standing in, basically just standing in as a positive role model for these kids, specifically black kids? How is that?
It's pretty crazy. I didn't when I first was about to start teaching. People used to say, "Oh, you're gonna be a young black role model." And I would just be like, "Okay, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna be a teacher like everybody else." Like I don't see what they were saying. And then once you actually get into the school, and it is there's some young black boys at the school. They just gravitate towards you.
Wow.
Like I got close to kids who weren't even in my class. They just come up. There's some kids that hate going to the school, hate being at the school. They don't talk to nobody else, but they'll come talk to me.
Really?
Especially with me being young, because it's not like I'm some towering 40-year-old figure standing over them. A lot of them see me like maybe not like an older brother, but like an uncle instead of somebody like.
Wow.
Right.
So do you feel like a sense of responsibility, for these young boys that, like you said, these black boys that gravitate to you? I mean, do you feel a sense of responsibility to be that person?
Yes, just because getting to know a lot of the boys, you get to know their backstories and stuff that happened to them in their past. And it's just this nagging feeling of, okay, I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to be there. I got to be there. Because if you're finally getting somebody on track who's used to people dipping out on them, used to people not showing up, then you got to make sure you show up. Because if you don't, then it's just like, okay, well, then that's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
And that's part of being a football coach too, right? Because you got to like actually, you got to be a man of your word when you say, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. What you think, Boo?
I know for me, it was important to have a positive male role model when it came to picking a man for myself. I knew the things that I.
Stephanie is married. If you didn't know, to
congratulations,
young man, Pat. Stephanie got married September.
I know you ain't seen Uncle TL in a while, but
it's been a while.
Yeah, good guy.
But no, just things that I should look for when it came to picking a man for myself. I knew my standards. I knew my worth. I knew what I would and would not tolerate, because I knew how my dad treated me, and not just my dad, how my uncles treated their wives, how my grandfathers. Say it again.
I said, that's it right there. What you just said.
Yeah, how my grandfather.
A woman is going to let a man treat her like her dad treated her.
So I knew that from a very young age.
Yeah.
And I feel like it helped me to not. I never was involved with like real knuckleheads because of that.
True. You identify them. You see them coming a mile away.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So Stace, you know what though? I guess, you and Kane, I don't know. I think Kane might be a little younger than you. So how? I mean, I don't know if this is changing the subject. What are you seeing out there now? With your generation. I mean, we talk about, and I think it's also the ones. Well, actually, that age is what, 16 to 20-ish.
20, yeah, look, mid-20s. Let's say.
Yeah. What are you saying though? What is it?
To be honest, and I'll bear with me, because I said I'm seeing a lot of like dudes doing the same stuff I was doing when I wasn't being productive. Just say it like that. You know what I mean? Like dudes not being productive, basically. Just not having a focus, not having a goal, not really chasing anything, or putting forth a plan for them to, to one day be successful at. Everybody's just kind of going with the flow day by day, but they're lost. They're lost.
Right. And a lot of that got to do with having a father in the home.
It does. I think so.
You know what I mean? Or the type of father that you have in the home.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because everybody that say they're a father.
That's right.
It's not. I mean, I don't want to offend nobody, but every father ain't a father.
Right. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
True.
So,
we talked about that earlier.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that young people go through is a result of their environment and of their home life.
And I agree with that, and I say, because I came up, I went to school in not a predominantly, a mixed area. It wasn't predominantly white, but it was a a suburban neighborhood. Good school, good school. But I had a lot of mixed peers. My peers were all shapes, all shape sizes. And I remember being a kid. You know how when you were a kid, you might have your friend in school and you never been in their home per se. And you might meet their parents and you see how they talk to their parents and everything. Sometimes you get that little eyebrow raise. Whoa,
like, whoa, yeah.
It makes sense now.
Yeah. And I saw a lot of that, and that was I remember my dad always had an eye and always knew when dudes would become knuckleheads. Like as a young boy, I remember him telling me like, yo, your man, I don't know about him, be straight up. No, I'm dead serious, straight up.
Remember that, Boo?
And it wasn't like he was saying don't be friends with somebody, don't hang out with him, but he just saying watch him. Watch you around. And
Kane, you can attest to that, right? I gotta be like, man, watch them knuckleheads.
Needless to say, most of the dudes that he pointed out, you know what I mean? They went down, went down that path. Yeah, they went down that path. So so to your point, to y'all point, it is important. Your upbringing is important because it sets your mannerisms.
Right.
I mean, your demeanor when you're away from your parents.
There you go. That's right.
You got the kids that act a whole different way when they out in public. You know, they get around women, children, and other elders and stuff, and they talking to them however that comes from how you raised, because you have to have discipline.
That's right.
Now, let me talk like that in your own house.
Oh yeah.
When you know what I mean, if you disrespect people in your own house, what you know what I mean? When you go out on the street, what you going? You know what I mean?
Anything goes.
Yeah.
Hard to reach somebody like that, because if your own family can't reach you, who you gonna respect?
Right.
Who will you respect?
That was going to be a question I was going to ask though. I mean, what can be? How do you grab these kids though? How do you grab them? You're down there with them. What are they missing? Is it the guidance? Is it hope? Is it what is it that they're missing?
It's definitely. I think it's definitely the guidance, because parents aren't parents anymore. Parents are your friends. Parents are not even home. So these kids are literally raising themselves.
Wow.
Or social media is now raising your kids.
I was going to get on.
So there's no real structure anymore.
Right.
Wow.
And I think, you know what? I think, and I don't want to change the focus of the topic, but also, cause you brought up social media. There was a transition from like even my generation. Like I feel like out of everybody here, I'm probably one of the younger ones. You got me by a little bit, and so I still feel like I'm out there with them a little bit. You know what I mean? But social media definitely changed everything, because now the kids have access to everything. So what I'm saying that to say is, for the parents, you have to remember that. You have to remember that when your kids, you're giving the kids phones and all that, be up to date on what's out there, because you never know what they're tapping into. They have access to everything. So I think that's a major thing, the social media thing.
And it's okay to allow your kid to be kids. I can't remember the last time I saw a group of little girls playing jump rope in the schoolyard, and my grandmother still lives across the street from the schoolyard. We used to hear the basketball going all the time. Sure. Now it's dead silence.
Really?
So kids are just not outside anymore. And when they are, they're watching their parents twerking up the street. So it's just not there's no real guidance for these kids.
Right. They're being raised by the internet.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Is that kind of what you saying, Kane?
Oh yeah, definitely. So like I said, I teach PE, and so we'll go outside to because of COVID we had the mask on, so we had to take them outside for mask breaks whenever we had them. So we'll take them outside. We have no computers, no phones. We gotta leave all that stuff inside, the book bags, everything. We go outside. Kids are just standing, looking at their feet in silence. Like they scared to talk to each other.
You mean like for not recess, whatever you call it now? When they went outside, they didn't. Yeah. What ages though, Kane? What ages?
I was in middle school, so it was like 12 to 14 or 11 to 13, something.
And they were just standing.
They're just standing there. And me and the other teacher be the only one talking. We'd be talking to all the kids. And I'm like, why aren't y'all talking? This is free time.
Like, they don't have any social skills because they don't get out and you know what I mean, talk to anybody.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, you know what though, but I think part of that comes again. I mean, I think what Stephanie said, it comes from the parents, because I know with our kids, we still to today, we run, we play ball whenever chance, whenever any chance we get, we still out just acting, just having fun. So we say Stace?
Staying active.
Right, staying active, right. So and if you don't give that to the kid, like you said, they're not gonna have it,
Right.
Yeah, that's rough. All right. So what was it? Was that the last topic night? What we had? That was it?
Yeah, it's 9:00.
Oh, okay. So any closing words from any of y'all, any of the kids, any closing words?
Yeah, I'll throw something out there again. We celebrating Father's Day today, so shout out to y'all. Happy Father's Day on Pop.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
No doubt. And thanks for having us too. I mean,
No problem.
thanks for tagging us in.
Thanks for joining in. Nick, you got anything, Nick? Nick. I'm game.
Oh yeah, just happy Father's Day. Just want to let you know I appreciate you. Appreciate everything you done.
Thank you.
Appreciate
you. Hey, this is gonna be my final word for the night too. I want to thank everybody for joining us in our digital neighborhood. It was I'm so happy that I could have my crew on, all my crew, my nieces and nephews and everything. You know what I mean? My kids mean the most to me than anything else in this world, man. And I'm especially proud of you, Kane, because you went and got your education. You don't know how proud. I can't even put it into words of how proud I am of you, man. I talk about you all the time. You might not hear it, but I'm super proud of you, man. Like, you did your thing, man. You played college football, got your degree. Now you teaching and coaching. You a real man, man. You a man's man. I love you for it.
Nice.
Love you too.
Same. Boop. Anything? Any closing words, Steph?
No, just happy Father's Day. It was good seeing everybody.
Right. And I want to say that too. I guess I'll echo what Terry said. And as I said it before, all I wanted was to raise healthy, good, and happy kids. Now, one was missing. Kanice was missing, so I do have to acknowledge that. But I'm glad y'all came on. And I tell you too anyway that y'all just make me happy. I'm good. So, thanks for coming in, getting on. Y'all make me proud. Continue doing what you're doing. Stacey, I see you when I come upstairs. Boop, I see you next time you invite us over.
All right, I can pull out the pool table for y'all.
There you go. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining us in our digital neighborhood today for the Father's Day edition. Hold your kids tight. Even if you're not living with them, hold them tight. Don't give up on them. Text them. Keep texting. As you see, it all comes back. It all comes back. So we're gonna have the video up on all of the major platforms later or tomorrow.
Wherever you get your streams, we on it.
Yep, be on the lookout for them. But thank y'all for joining us. All right, that's it, Night.
Yep.
All right, thank y'all. Thanks, y'all.
Have a great.
All right, we talk to you.
Night. Go Sixers.
Oh yeah, go Sixers. Kane, be safe.
All right. Hey, Black.
You still recording?
Wait, we still
live, Night.